everybody, welcome back. I have not filmed a video for a very long time. I just realized I've got a couple of videos that I did, I think it was right after Christmas or like after New Year's, and then I looked back and I was like, oh my gosh, I have not filmed and I need to start filming again to be more current. So here I am in the flesh, and I have my hair up right now because I'm gonna, I'm styled out a little bit messy. Usually I blow dry it and then until it's straight, and then it just kind of sits wherever. But I'm going to let it be mess, and I'm putting it up so it's going to be a little bit curly. I blow dried it, but then I like let it stay a little tiny bit damp, so when I let it down it's going to be messy, which is what I want for today. So first things first is I think we're going to do eyes today. We're going to start with eyes because I'm using a dark shadow and I don't want it to ruin the rest of my makeup. So I'm going to prime my eyes here, and I'm using the Sigma eyeshadow base primer. The shade is Ignite. I haven't been on the Sigma website in a really long time, so I don't know, I can't tell you if they still have it or if they've changed it. But I like it because it's in stick form and it's super portable. So for shadows, I want to play with a couple of different shadow palettes. I was going to go in with the Roxa palette because it's purple, but some of the shades in there aren't what I'm looking for. I am looking for purple shadow, but I'm going to check out the Jeffree Star one here. Palette is super this is the Bloodlust palette. It's kind of awkward, so I have it in a different spot than my other Jeffree Star palettes. This is the purple palette, and again, it doesn't really have the shades that I want, so I'm going to maybe go in with the purple, the lighter purple shades, and see if that helps. It does have that Blood Queen, which is a dark purple. I just don't know if that's what I'm looking for. I guess we could try it. I mean, there's no harm in trying things, right? So I'm going to take, I've got an E25 here, but I'm going to start with a smaller brush because I'm going to go in with Blood Queen, which is dark purple in the palette. And it's a matte shade, and I'm always a little leery. I like when I do purple, and it's going to be kind of like a monochromatic shade, but not really at the same time, if that makes any sense. It's hard to explain what I'm looking for here, but we're going to start. It looks, I mean, I don't think I've used this palette much. I can see some of the pinks that I've used. And I think I used to have a really, really good ColourPop purple palette. I don't think I have that anymore. I think I gave that away. So we will come back to the lower lash line once we're done the makeup. I'm focusing on this on the main part of the eye. And that sounds weird, but that's what is happening here. I'm using this smaller brush just so I'm a little bit precise. Although, honestly, I'm not really applying this precisely at all. I just don't want it to blend out too far afield, if that makes sense. So I'm going to continue going in with this color, and I'm just going to continue packing it on until I get the required darkness that I want, and then I'll show you the next step. So I've got it dark enough where I like that color. Now I've got a couple of options. I've got Vivid Moon, which is the light pastel purple in the palette. Vivid Moon is here. I've also got this sparkly shade, which I gravitate towards. It's called Take the Crown. That's the one that I'm loving right now. So I think I want to go in like that. The other sparkly shades aren't really purple, and I love having more of a blue purple. This is like true purple, but it's a little bit more red based. I don't know what I like here. But I'm going to try Taking the Crown and then see how that blends out the shade. So I'll start blending it out in the crease. It's definitely more blue toned, the shade. You can tell the difference when you put it on the lid. And it's not a problem if we go too far afield now because I can clean it up with concealer if I have to. This kind of changes the look a little bit, I guess. Might as well just put it over the entire lid. Changes the color entirely. That sparkle just takes right over, doesn't it? Okay, and I'm not sure if that's what I want. There's a shade called Executioner. What is that? That is a black. Holy, it's got purple sparkles in it. Do I dare? I don't know if I want to do that. I'm going to try a smaller brush and just put a touch on, just to give the eyes some differentiation. I don't want it to all look the same. This black is black, and it's dark and sparkly too. So I'm going to put it on the outer corner, see where that takes us. So we're definitely getting some fallout with this shade, but to be fair, I did not tap off my brush. And now it is definitely not a monochromatic look. That's okay. I'm going to go back in with Blood Queen, and I'm also going to put a little bit of Dungeon on it. Dungeon is this like kind of gray shade. I'm going to kind of blend those two shades together and put it on top of that black. Okay, so we're just blending that into that sparkly black color and then kind of blending it towards the center of the eye. So it's definitely changed the shape a little bit. I'm going to use what's on the brush and bring that into the crease as well. Just to kind of blend things together, give it a little bit of differentiation here. Okay, so it looks a little crazy and it doesn't even look that purple. See, what I wanted was a really bright splotch of purple in my eyes. And now I'm not sure if I'm loving this look, you guys. I'm not sure if I'm loving it. So I'm going to grab some makeup wipes. Maybe. I'm going to see, maybe my BH palette is better suited to this look. I'm not going to take it off completely because I think it can be salvaged, but I'm just going to bring it down a tad. Okay, so take this black off my hand. It's really bugging me. I do not like that color. Now I know that there's a nice purple in the Ravina palette. I love this purple. That one's like probably my saving grace right now. I also have the Solmane 2 palette. Maybe I'll try that one. Those purples there are really pretty. So I'm going to wet my brush and go over this whole mess with the sparkly purple. So I'm going to wet it with some setting spray. And let's try this. See, that's the color I like. That's the purple shade. That's my favorite color. But I guess with all those other colors on the lid, it does kind of make it pop a little bit. So we're going to go with it. I'm not going to take anything off. Just going to go over top. So I'm going to leave it like that. I'm going to let it dry. I'm going to keep that for the bottom as well. And then we're going to go in and do makeup. So for primer, I'm going to use, I did Caudalie Beauty Elixir first. And then we're going to go in with my One Size Secure the Sweat primer. This product feels so good when you're smoothing it on your skin. It feels so nice. Really enjoy that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is mix a couple of products together. I've got two separate foundations, completely different colors. This is Haus Labs Tricyclone foundation in the shade 190 Light Cool. Okay, and then this one is the Patrick Ta Major Skin Hydraluxe Luminous Skin Perfecting Foundation in the shade 10 Neutral. So this is supposed to be neutral and this is supposed to be cool. This to me has different, like more definitely yellow tones, and this is pink tones. So I do not understand some of these foundations. I don't get it. But what I'm going to do is put them on my hand, and I'm going to use my sponge to blend it onto my skin. And then hopefully it will make a good mix. Yeah, because these colors are, again, completely different. And yet, whoops, I put the wrong lid on the... I did 3 pumps of the Tricyclone and 2 of the Patrick Ta, because that's the more pink one. So I'm going to try using this sponge here, I think. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to blend it on my hand and then apply it on the face. It's still more yellow, but my cheeks are really pink right now, so I think this is okay. By the time I go to blend it down my neck, it's going to be a nice color. So I'll be back when we're done blending. So we're almost there. It looks really, really good. I think my problem isn't the foundation when it goes on, it is going to be the powder, and that's the thing that kind of makes everything look cakey. I'm going to blend under the chin. Okay, so I think that looks so good. So I'm going to go in with my concealer now. I'm using the Kosas concealer in the shade 04N. I'm going to apply this underneath the eyes, around the nose a bit. Okay, so that is good. And I'm going to have to set right away with powder so that I can do the lower lash line. And then I'm going to go ahead and do eyebrows. So the powder I'm using is the Makeup by Mario. This is a Surreal Soft Blur Setting Powder in the shade 2 Neutral Light. Just getting all of the creases, everything that might decide to bunch up and not look so flattering on me. So I'm going to do under the eyes and my forehead first. Okay, and I'm going to use a bigger brush to do the rest of the face. Okay, now that the powder is applied, I'm going to use a larger contour or a larger brush to blend it all out. And just buff it down a little bit. And I realized I was going to go in with a stick. I guess I still could. I guess it's not going to move the product that much. So I'm going to use, for my nose, I'm going to use this Merrit contour. It's actually a foundation, I believe, and it's too small to read. It's the shade Sepia, so it's quite dark. But I'm going to use this for my nose contour. Okay, I'm not going to use it anywhere else. I'm not going to use it on my cheeks or anything right now. But or actually maybe we will. You know what? Maybe we will, only because I'll use this one to blend it out. It's actually quite damp though. Now the only problem is I don't want to remove the powder and everything underneath. So let's see how this does. If I use this one to blend, how it blends now that the powder is down. Probably shouldn't have done that. Okay, so the nose looks good. Actually, it blended out better than I thought it would. So I'm going to use this one for my cheeks. A little bit under the jaw. Okay, so it's nice. It's not too damp where it's going to remove the product, I think. but this stuff is kind of sticking. It's kind of drying down really fast. I'm going to try going really fast here. Yeah, so I think that looks really good. And I think it's going to protect my my makeup. I'm going to use the other side now where I blended in my foundation just to kind of go over that. So it's not too dark and everything looks blended. I might actually go over this with powder too. That's a really good idea, actually. Let's use, I'm going to use my Patrick Tau. This is actually quite lighter, but because I already have a dark enough base, it might be okay. I'm going to use the bronzer. And I'm going to use my bronzing kind of contour brush here. We're going to do a layer on top of the contour on my forehead, around my temples. Just going to give like an extra layer, you know. Cheekbones. And when you add a little bit of bronzer on top, it does help to warm up the face a bit. I'm going to do eyebrows. I'm going to do that off camera. I'll be right back. Okay, guys. So eyebrows are done. Looking better. I feel like this eyebrow is fatter than this eyebrow, so maybe I should fix that. So I'm not sure if I really fixed it. Let's see. It's hard because, yeah, this eyebrow is more fluffy than this one. Okay, so then we're going to finish the eyes. I'm going to take this same brush. I wonder if I should do some liner. I'm going to do black liner on the eyes first. I'm going to take my Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil in the shade, let's see what shade it is, 100 Whatever Black. It's going to match with my outfit. Okay, that looks really, really good. My eyes are dark. I love that. I love the shade of purple. It's like one of my favorite looks. I'm going to put lashes on. It's just going to be so pretty. All right, I don't know if I want to spray my brush again. I want to see what this looks like if I buff this shade out now. It's still a bit damp, but it's going to look like a monochromatic shade. It's just, I am in love. Look how beautiful and sparkly this is. I'm in love with that Solmane 2 palette. It's like the brands that, what do they call them? Indie brands? I think that's what this is. An indie brand. And I love it. I would love to get some more shadows from this company. So now what I'm doing is putting this shade on the lower lash line. I haven't re-wet my brush, but I feel like I should. Maybe I should go in with a smaller brush. I want to be an idea, Sandra. So I'm just going to put on the color. I sprayed it again, and I'm going to push it up into the lashes a bit. Get a good purple base here. See, this color spread out really nice, but I think it's because it was a little bit dry. So I'm just going to bring it a little bit higher, and then we're going to buff it out with a clean brush. I'm going to do this beautiful purple, like, layering like technique all the way across the eye. And it's going to bring out the sparkle, I think. And I have some purple sparkle that fell down here. Okay, so we're going to wipe that away. I'm going to take my powder brush, wipe away the purple underneath the eye, up and out so my eye elongates. I'm going to take a clean brush, and I'm going to buff out up here. I think I'm going to take my concealer brush again, actually, and I'm going to just clean up this area because I feel like this kind of got away on me. And then I'm going to go back in with the one that has the purple shade on it. Push a little bit more into the crease. We'll let it dry. While I buff out the bottom a little bit more. And I like how it looks on the bottom because it's picking up some of that dark liner, and so it's kind of getting darker, and I like that. Okay, so this one looks way shinier and sparklier, and I don't know why. I am going to take a little bit of, like, on a clean brush, I'm going to take some of the shade Meteor. It's like that really light colored lavender. It's the bane of my existence when I drop makeup brushes. Okay, this is really sparkly. I'm not going to add any liquid to it. I'm just going to pop it on the inner corner. It's going to brighten it up without doing tons of different whatever. Just going to brighten it up a little bit right there. Go pop, pop, pop. A little bit on the bottom. Okay, so that's all we're going to do there. And then I'm going to line the upper lash line with my Too Faced Better Than Sex black liquid liner. This is not just to make my lash line look darker, but also for the eyelashes to adhere. I just do a really thin line. Okay, just like so. You can't even see it hardly. I could just do mascara now, but I need to do some blush. We've done the contour. Forgot to do blush. I've got my Patrick Ta palette here. I think I'll use the cream and the powder. So the cream goes first. I'm just going to take some on my sponge. The sponge has had time to dry out, so it's not really like, it's going to show up, and it's not going to, I don't think it'll take off my makeup. So I'm just going to add it to the apple of my cheek and go up into the contour. And I like this one because it's nice and gentle. It's not going to like overpower the eyeshadow. So I don't actually know if I need any powder blush. I think the only reason I would use the powder blush is that this might fade throughout the night. So maybe we'll put a touch on. I'm going to use my fluffy powder brush. Go into the powder one now. And I should tell you what this is called. This is Double Take Cream and Powder Blush in She's That Girl. I think this is like my favorite blush shade when I looked on the website when I bought my blush. Whew. Okay, it definitely packs on a punch when you layer it. Yes, sir. Okay, so I'm going to go back in with this fluffy brush and just blend it out a bit. Of course, we need a highlighter. And for lips, I think I want to do like sparkly. So just gonna, I feel like my eye is like, maybe that one shade was like too light. I don't know. Okay, so lips. I want to do light on my lips. What I like doing is adding a tiny bit of concealer, actually. Just a dot on the lower lip. I don't have anything else on my lips, but you could use like chapstick or something. And I have this shade in the Buxom Plumping Lip Polish, and this is the shade Rebecca, and it's really bright and sparkly. Other options that are also really good, this one's called Celeste, which is also really, really pretty color. And then I've got two of them, actually. This one must, maybe I should throw this one out. Why do I have two that are open? I think any of these colors would be pretty, though. Maybe Rebecca is too light, especially if I have this on here. We'll check it out. Just gonna blend your lips together. Okay, that's good. Maybe I'll use Celeste. So I've got a neutral lip, And you could just like outline it with like a lip liner, and then you could go with like a nude lip, and like a nude dry lip is really pretty too, but I'm really craving the sparkles right now. It is so pretty. And now I'm going to put glue on my lashes, and I'm going to start mascara. I'll do this process off camera, and then we'll come back and add highlighter and then look at how everything looks like. We will be right back. Okay guys, I think eyelashes are going to stay on. I am obsessed with the eyeshadow. It is so sparkly and purple and pretty. My color. That is my color. Okay, like I am in love. So I need to add some sparklies. My favorite highlighter, Mary Lou by The Balm. Let's add some highlighter to my nose. The bridge of my nose, just a little bit, just enough to give it some shine. A little bit on the cupid's bow. Doesn't really matter because I'm not wearing, just wearing like gloss. I'm not wearing like lip liner, so it's fine. A little bit on the cheek, going up to the temple. This cheek. A little bit on the, like right between the brows here, a little bit on the chin. I'm just gonna put a little bit more lip gloss on to kind of like go over top that highlighter. There we go. And that's it. So one final spray of setting spray. I'm going to use MAC Fix Plus Stay Over. And that's it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please give it a thumbs up. If you are new, please subscribe. Click on the bell button, and I'll see you guys next time. Mwah. Bye.